statement from Coach Greg McDermott.
First of all, my guy Mats DeMarinis is not here tonight because he's fighting some health issues, and he needs to know we're all thinking about him, and we appreciate everything he does and his passion for covering the Blue Jays, not just our program, but every program. And it's I don't like seeing that chair empty, so I hope he gets well soon and we get him back with us. Like I told the team, we're a work in progress. Not having Jason, who's our most experienced player within our program, obviously hurt tonight. Owen's not back in shape yet. We got to get him there. But we need to hook it up tomorrow, and we need to hook it up Friday. We need to hook it up Sunday and Monday as we get ready for Gonzaga, because we're not tough enough yet. We're not physical enough yet. And we don't need to do it because I'm mad and I'm upset. We need to do it because it's the only way we're going to reach our potential. And South Dakota, they were very aggressive tonight, especially on the glass. Our first shot defense was really good. Our second opportunities was not. So there were certainly some good things in the game, but we have to be better. We had the 24, 25 point lead, whatever it was, and you've just got to put an end to the game there. Take it to 35 and it's over. And we kind of dilly-dallied around long enough to just make it interesting.
Questions?
Owen, what was tonight like for you? You sat and watched the first 10 minutes or so, and then you checked in and you had 19 points in 19 minutes. What was tonight like?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun just being able to go out there and just play basketball again. I was able to run the floor, I thought, pretty well, but like Coach said, I felt like me personally, I wasn't physical enough on the defensive side, rebounding the ball, so I'm gonna look in the mirror and have a tough conversation with myself. But yeah, no, it was really fun to go out there and play with my teammates and get a win.
What went through your mind when you left your feet for your first dunk? I think it was the transition one. Blake hit the bounce pass to you.
Yeah, just don't get a flat tire. Yeah, that happened against Colorado State. So just getting back into shape.
Josh, we talked to you on Monday. What tonight would be like to play in this building, wearing a Creighton uniform and not another team's jersey this time. What was it like now that you've done it?
Yeah, it was super cool. It's a dream come true. Getting out there with my teammates. It was super fun.
Josh, offensively, you guys kind of start out slowly. Both teams kind of started slowly, but you kind of towards the end of that first half into the second were starting to generate some critical points. So, what did you see in terms of the guys being able to settle in, you being able to settle into this first game?
Yeah, probably a little first game jitters, but we're an unselfish team, and I thought at first we were kind of dribbling a little too much maybe and not finding the open guy. But as the game went on, I thought we were making the extra pass to the open guy all the time, and it went really well. Owen started running the floor really well in the second half, and we were able to get out in transition and get easy buckets.
You guys didn't shoot it great from three in the first half. Was the second half kind of more of a concerted effort to really get it inside and take advantage of Owen and other guys in there?
Yeah, for sure. When he runs like that, you got to reward him because, we're trying to push the pace, and if our wings can run and he runs to the middle of the rim, somebody's going to be open, especially against a team like that that's crashing the glass. So if we can get the first miss and then get in transition, we'll be good.
Josh, you mentioned the unselfishness. You guys had 20 assists on 37 makes. I think it was 18 makes in the second half, 12 assists. Are those things that just take time to get used to, the unselfishness and knowing where guys are when there are so many new guys?
Yeah, I feel like we've got through that, though, in practice and stuff. And tonight, we just missed some guys when they're open and stuff. But, that happens. And I think, just keep gelling together and, learn from this, and we'll be all right.
I know Liam got to play exhibition, but what do you think of him getting out there and getting that block there?
Yeah, no, it was awesome. We were all cheering him on. It was really good to just see him get back out there, especially with everything he's been through. So we were all really happy for him.
Oh, Oh, Max said you guys have to get you back in shape.
Mhm.
How in shape do you feel at the moment?
Not to where I'm supposed to be. Some plays I feel good. Other plays you can see me kind of suck and win. So just getting back into that game shape, and especially after not playing basketball for a while. So just takes running and more reps.
For either one of you, knowing that this maybe wasn't your best performance as a team and you've got a lot of growing to do, what do you take from this game in such a quick turnaround with Gonzaga to make sure that you're getting better than you were in this game?
Yeah, I think we can take a lot from this game. We'll look at the film tomorrow and just see, I think our physicality was lacking, especially on the defensive glass. And I feel like sometimes we didn't run when we had opportunities to, especially since they were pressing. I feel like, we missed some guys down the court, but watching film tomorrow, we'll be able to learn a lot.
I think kind of like what Max said, just hooking it up in practice and everyone just really buying in and getting tougher together. I think that'll be huge in a step forward.
Anything else for the student athletes? Thanks, guys.
Good job.
Thanks, y'all.
All right. Questions for Coach?
Mac, what were your biggest takeaways on the offensive end? Was it the unselfishness? Was it the early disconnect? What was your biggest takeaway offensively?
Yeah, I mean, part of it, Owen hasn't practiced a ton, so and then Karam's not available, Jason's not available. Those are kind of the next two guys. So we decided to start Isaac and Jackson together, knowing that the offense is probably going to look a little disjointed, just because we haven't used that group together much. But I wanted to be careful with how much Owen was out there based on the amount of practice time. So at times we had some really good offensive possessions where it moved, and at times it got stuck, and we tried to do too much on our own, and those are things that we have to clean up.
Talked about the need for more toughness, and especially on the defensive glass. Where do you see maybe that lack of toughness defensively, even before the glass?
Yeah, I mean, I've got to watch the film. I mean, we get beat off the dribble. They essentially went to four guards there for a while, and we had some matchups that weren't great for us, but just the understanding of when I'm guarding a guy that's a great shooter and when I'm guarding a guy that's not a great shooter, and I need to be in help, and I need to protect the paint a little bit more when I'm guarding a guy that's a 25% three-point shooter, and we were having a hard time with that registering. So those are things that we have to get better at, and I've said it before. It puts a lot of pressure on the 4 or 5 guys that played last year, because they can't be part of the problem. And having said that, it's Fedor's second year, not even, because he didn't start till the middle of the year. It's Ty's second year, and it's Jackson's second year. So 3 of the 5 outside of Jason and Isaac are guys that have only in their second year. So they've got to try to help those other 9 guys get acclimated and figure out how we're going to play and why we play the way we play and what works with us and what doesn't. And that's, I think you're going to see some peaks and valleys from game to game, and I think like tonight you're going to see some peaks and valleys within games until we can clean some of it up on the practice floor.
I know you'd like to avoid a slow start. Is some of that expected with so many new guys?
No, I wouldn't. No, I don't want a slow start. And defensively they scored 9 points the first 11 or 12 possessions. And we had some decent looks at 3 during that stretch that we didn't make. So I would have liked to get off to a better start, but again, we had some lineups out there that really didn't fit great together.
Did you plan on playing Owen 19 tonight?
I thought I wanted to get in between 15 and 20 if we could. And when he was moving well and when he looked like he wasn't tired, I let him go a little bit, because that game shape's game shape, and sometimes the only way you get in it is being in a game and having that adrenaline and being able to fight through it. So, I think he played about where I wanted him to play tonight. And obviously he was efficient running the floor and doing some things, but defensively on the boards, he's not there yet. And he'll get there, but it's going to take some time.
Coach, you talked a lot about pace game with 24. Even if it was a small improvement, did you see a little bit more of a awareness of kind of getting down the floor and getting those?
Yeah, I think when we had opportunities to run, we did. The problem is when you give up 21 offensive rebounds, your chances to run weren't great. Now, having said that, they only scored 10 points on those 21 offensive rebounds, so it's not like we quit and let them score when they got the rebound, and that's part of what you got to be good at. But pace has to be something that we're good at. Nobody played over 25 or 26 minutes, and I think that's going to be typical with this team.
You have a status update for the guys that didn't suit up tonight?
Karam had a sit-a game for eligibility. He'll be available the rest of the season. Jason, I expect back in practice tomorrow. Alexa is going to redshirt, and Hudson, we're in the middle of conversations about that with him and his family, and just decided to hold him out tonight. Why we continue to decide if it's in his best interest long term.
Like you mentioned the toughness. Is there a quantifiable thing you'd love to see from game 1 to game 2 next
Yeah,
week?
I mean, we're going to go into a hornet's nest. I've had not the pleasure, because it's not a lot of fun to go play at that place, but the Zags are extremely well coached, and they're really hard to play in their building. So we're either going to learn a lot the next 4 days, or we're going to get our teeth kicked in on Tuesday. So I don't know if we're ready for something like that, but it's also the only way you learn and grow. So hopefully we can correct some of it between now and Tuesday, but it's going to be a heck of a challenge, and we understand that.
Win number 500, Division I win number 500. What's that feel like?
Means I've been doing it since before you were born, is what it means, almost. How old are you?
26. Yeah,
Way before you were born. Yeah. Yeah, I had a bunch of them. Yeah. I had 6 years in before you came along.
Do
So.
you remember the first one at Northern Iowa?
Boy.
I can tell you who it's against.
Who was it
but
against?
William and Mary.
William and Mary, yeah.
I think you lost the first game and then the second.
We lost to Bobby Knight at Texas Tech. The first game, that was nice of him.
He came home. And
Yeah. Now, William and Mary, we played in Lubbock. It was part of a
Oh,
tournament.
okay.
Wasn't it, Rob?
Yeah.
I think it was, yeah. Rob was there with me at Northern Iowa for like 2 weeks. I got there, and he said, I need to get the hell away from this guy. And then I came and tracked him down again. But, yeah, I've worked at some great places. I had a lot of really good players. Obviously, a lot of really good assistant coaches, as you can see across the country. There's a lot of guys winning games out there that work for me and share their knowledge with me and help me grow and get better. And a lot of sports staff that's been around to support me. So it's been a fun ride, and I'm glad it came in this building.
Anything else?
What did it mean to get Liam in the game after all he's gone through?
So cool. His parents are here. They've been here for a week or so, and it's been a heck of a journey for that young man. And what he's been through and how he continues to fight. It's not easy mentally. When we get out of shape and we try to get back in shape, first thing that happens is our chest burns, right? But when his chest burns, his mind goes to a different place than we do. So, fighting that part of it and getting through the points where you're going to be okay that's a struggle. And I give him a lot of credit. He's I think everybody in that locker room's learned a lot from him, and it was great to see him out there in the uniform tonight.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mac.
Thank you.
You know, that's good, but maybe we
Would never have guessed that.
plugged it in and kept getting